03. And please like, subscribe, and should share the content if you like what I'm doing. It doesn't cost you anything, and it will give other people a chance to see what remote viewing is, what could be done with it. So today, um, I've been messing around with precognition a little bit. So I wanted to try something a little different. I wanted to see how well I could remote view the news. Like, I'm trying to tighten up the news on the news. So uh, I often go to like my Facebook feed and I'll look at the news. So I ended up tasking it like this. This was my tasking. One of the top Facebook news feed events for the date January 27th, 2024. So I was going to like see what happens, then do a video, and then compare. But I'll just do two videos. I want to be honest with you guys. It felt like a pretty good session. But you really never know. I mean, even the best does not get it right every time, all the time, and all of it right. But we'll see what happens. I'm actually kind of curious to see if this lays out. So my hope is this event, this news event story, will break in my news feed. I'm hoping to get up, on the 27th, and at some point check the feed and see that this event happens throughout the day. So let's go through it. If not, I'm wrong, and either way, I'll go through the event, and it is what it is. So, but if it works, then that's cool, and you guys will be able to see something, and we'll be able to know ahead of time. So we'll go through the session. So I get a structure. And actually, I was working this session in between other things. I keep paper in my car. I was working it in the car a little bit, and I had other things to do, and but anyway, like right away, I'm getting like small animals, and I'm AOLing all these little animals. And I get a blonde. So this was a weird, I don't even know if just a weird AI. Like, I get a sense of deforestation. So my first sketch is this my first session? I don't remember, but like some animals like walking around eating or something, four-legged animals. I kept getting a sense like critters in cages, is what it felt like to me. Here, I believe this is like the main woman I felt like I was following around. It's almost like I got a perspective of the animal or something in the cage, looking out at her or something. Because actually, no, okay, so this, wait, yeah, that is my first session, okay. Or, no, I don't know. Wait, let's see the date. This is actually my second session. I put them out of order. That's all right. These were very, very short because I just didn't have time. I had to come back. AOL blonde girl. Okay. So again, I'm getting like caged animals here. You know what's so funny to me too is it's just interesting. I'd love to do a study on this, but like this one in the middle is almost like reminds me of like what a dog does, like when they're excited to see you, like they got down on their back legs, and but anyway, I got a sense of like different sized animals, four-legged critters, different sized cages, because I know I had smaller cages as well. Okay, so this was actually my first session. The other one was the second. Both very brief. AOL sheep. Ramp. It's all AOLs. Sense of being separated. Okay, so again, to me, this very primitive sketch, it just reminds me of like at the time, it was like somebody feeding animals, what it reminded me of, like in small cages. And you've got somebody talking to people. AOL animal rights activist. So in this sketch too, it was almost like an animal was like perched up on a box or something. So the environment feels kind of, the closest I can get was almost like a kind of rural, almost like a farm or something, like a working farm, or like a, but it felt like it had this conservation vibe. Dry season. Sense of security. EI protection. Yeah, that came in quite a bit. Okay, so I'm trying to get... So I often had these like four-legged critters like in a narrow pen or something, or moving around. I often felt like, you'll see, but like I felt like these animals were well fed, well treated, well hydrated. So you see this heading here, photo op. So I'm trying to capture, I'm hoping, we'll see what happens, but I'm hoping that in the article or in the, I mean, I don't know how this is going to react with each other. We'll have to see how it goes. But what I'm trying to prompt is like a photo or part of the video, whatever I'll end up seeing. And then so that I can look back and say, oh my gosh, look how that matches up. So, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, my sense is I'm getting this woman kind of leaning on a counter, kind of looking off into her, looking at her animals and her cages and her, legacy of, helping animals or whatever, kind of vibe. AOL, like building habitats for animals. AOL, bird cover or something. Okay. So again, I'm just trying to get the lay of the land here. Kind of felt like a rounded fenced property or something. So, and this too, it almost felt like, so I had sick animals. I had six animals a lot. And to me, it was almost like that person's carrying like a small animal, maybe of some kind. From the top. So again, felt kind of like a rounded property, kind of rural-ish to me. Yeah, so the cause for these animals being here, I don't know. I don't know if it was something like environmental or weather. I'm not sure, but it had like that vibe, like these, like at least some of these animals felt like they were getting rehabilitated or something. I had AOL of a puff piece, like it's that's kind of like a general. I had plants and animals here, wildlife, like a wildlife conservatist. Okay, so I had this in here. I put it in AOL, but maybe that's not right. That's probably... Or no, did I put it in AOL? No, I think I put it in intangibles. Did I put it in the right place? It's right on the line. But... Well, we'll get into that. Sense of delivery... Yeah, so this woman, just the general vibe of this woman, I mean, to me, it reminded me of like a long blonde hair, maybe a little older, earrings, like my AOL of like a Jane Goodall type. But to me, like right there, it almost reminds me of like a small child or a chimp or something, climbing on her or someone. AOL like an art piece. animal adoption. Okay. Again, conservation. Signal, like a family petting zoo. Okay. So again, that's why I had like, this could be AOL, but it almost felt like some kind of, almost like a working farm, because I had apple picking. But that could be AOL. Or no, I've got it in intangible, so it might be. Again, a caretaker. Deep concern for animals. So here, it's like I got, like the stethoscope. It's like, medical treatment. Sense of display and entrance fee. And I have adoption agency, so I don't know. And I AOL Dr. Oz. 4-legged animals. Like they're eating, or he's sitting next to it, or milking, or who knows. A stable. I AOL'd horse farm. Let's see. I have a chicken coop. AOL, like a legacy of keeping animals. AOL RN. Okay, so vet bills. They had puffy and white, and then I got the sense that like some of these animals were sick, or needed to get treated. Shelter. This was weird. Taxidermy season. I don't know what that's about. But again, like a concern of debt or bills. It's like this person's like looking at this piece of paper, and I don't know if this is a family business or what, but it kind of felt like that. I felt like I was kind of mainly focused on this woman, as far as running it or whatever. A venture. Like a playground for animals. No, what's going on here? Sorry about that. So, sense of pride in what they're doing here. Kid friendly. Impression of a family friendly environment. It's like a kid laying down, petting something. And so again, I get this. To me, feels like maybe the main caretaker here or something, or this woman that has all this love for these animals. She feels friendly, welcoming. I often felt like it was like her hair, like I don't know, like an earring, like maybe a bigger ear here. I felt like I kept getting her on the side. AOL again, like animal adoption agency. Conservationist. A lot of energy. Felt spiritual, kind of a spiritual. Like it reminded me like an older hippie chick or something. So AOL. Sick animals. Like what kept coming in is Habitat for Humanity, but that's an AOL. Like it was, it's not humans, it's animals. So I don't know. And so maybe it relates to. So again, I'm trying to get photos. Article photo match. Okay, so we'll see if one of these comes in. But so in this one, I've got her like. It almost reminds me, and again, it's AOL, as if like a girl was like in a loft in a barn, laying out, looking over her property, type of thing. Like that's kind of the, like just like of all she's doing here, and like larger ears. Okay, like looking across her property. Okay, so a sense of responsibility. Like I felt like she was in an elevated position there. Secure. This like I felt like this was like a sound check happening or something. And this feels like maybe one of the main characters, and then a small, like either again a kid or a primate or something. So again, this is why this reminds me of like like a conservative and a conservationalist in a sense of like something maybe happened and she's taking care of these animals because I had natural disaster. Well fed. Conservatory. I had a sense of natural predators. Animal safety. Carriage house. Okay, target summary. Okay, target event consists primarily of a rural property, a blonde female, and an animal conservation effort. I got the impression of critters in cages. I felt an assortment of animals of different sizes, as well as cages of different sizes. I felt the animals were all taken care of here. I felt the presence of sick animals that are being treated and fed well. I felt a deep concern from the primary caretaker of medical bills for these animals. I felt a sense of obligation and concern from this woman for these animals' well-being. I feel a sense of pride for what she is doing here, rehabilitation and conservation of wildlife. I have plants and animals here, as well as an idea of protection. I get the sense of delivery here, a deep concern for animals and a family-friendly environment, a shelter, again, a concern for vet bills, animal safety being a big concern, and a sense of natural predators. Session end. So, by all means, if you guys see it before me or something and you watch this, please let me know. But we'll see what happens. So, if you're watching this, and you can keep an eye out with me if you want for Facebook news feed, January 27th, 2024. So if I don't see it that day, even by the evening, I'll type in that animals, to search it. If then I just assume I missed it. But it did feel like I was honing in on something. It seems very outside of what I would, So I feel like I did pick on something. My biggest concern is hitting it within that time frame of that day. But it's an experiment. We'll see what happens, guys. So thanks for watching. Again, please like and subscribe and share. And we'll catch you next time on Owl 003. Bye, guys.